overhead costing MCQs. Let's try to answer these paper questions here. The steps followed in the identification of overheads to a cost unit are given below. So you all know when it comes to overhead costing, right? So number one is what? Number one is you have to identify overheads, no? Like, okay, number one is identifying overheads using source documents, and then it will be what we call it as allocation of overheads, no? Allocation of overheads means it is directly allocated for what, guys? Each production department, and if there's any service department, right? Okay, so this is known as allocation of overhead, right? So there might be normally, if in A level they might give you maximum 3 production department, like assembly, finishing, machine department, and maximum like they can give 2 service departments, but the current trend is like they are giving only 1 service department. So after allocation of overhead, the next step is what you have to divide the overheads among the departments. If it is not allocated, we call it as primary distribution. Once primary distribution takes place, that means you have to allocate for all the departments, right? Then whatever the service department overhead should be reallocated to production department. We call it as secondary distribution, no? So after second distribution is done, right, the total overheads are in like production departments, no? Then we have to find out how much overheads is absorbed by each department, right? Absorption of overhead, right? So based on that, if you check the answer here, number one is here collection of overhead, identifying number one, and then number two is allocation, then apportionment, absorption. So BADC, fourth one is the correct option. So if you go for second question, a company has 2 production cost centers as assembly and finishing. The following information relates to these cost centers, right? So overhead absorption rate per machine hour means for each department. So they have said after calculating the above overhead absorption rate, the following errors were revealed. So that means they had already calculated how 7 rupees for 5,000 hours, the total overhead is equal to how much then? 35,000 for 5,000 hours means, right, it is equal to, so this is how they had calculated. So this is like 4,009 rupees means we can find out 36,000 hours. That's how they had calculated, right? And now they are saying the 14,000 depreciation of machinery is not included. Let's say 10,000 has been apportioned based on the flow area. So this is what they had given students, right? They had given 35,000 and they had given 36,000 for both the departments. However, now there are some mistakes, no? They haven't included 14,000, no? So how you should divide 14,000 based on the cost of machinery? Here 16 and here 12 means it is going to give 4:3, no? So 4:3 means 7. 14,000 divided by 7 is equal to 2,000. So 2,000 multiplied by 4 is equal to 8,000, and 2,000 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6,000. So because they haven't allocated budgeted depreciation, we allocated it using what? Cost of machinery as the basis. And then let's say 10,000 has been apportioned based on flow area. So they have given the flow area 6 and 4, but they had given kilowatt is the best option. So the 10,000, if it is 6:4, we have to cancel that the way they had allocated. So already they would have given 6:4 because they had given the electricity as based on the flow area. So I cancelled that and we had recorded as 3:7. So 10,000 3:7 is 3,000 and 7,000. So if you calculate, the correct overhead would be 35 plus 8 is 43, 46 minus 6, 40,000, and here 36, 42 plus 7, 49 minus 4, 45,000. So now what can we understand? Instead of this 35,000, it should be 40,000, means this should be 8 rupees. Instead of 36, it should be 40. Is it 45? 36 plus 42 plus 7, 40, yes, 45,000 means, right, it should be like, but they are not asking that question, no? Are they asking that the total overhead absorption of finishing cost center, it's 45,000. Fourth one is the answer. Revised overhead in the assembly department, it is equal to 8 rupees. I hope you all understood that.